Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Carmen, for the invitation, and thank you to the sponsors for organizing these meetups. I will share today a few experiences using different GenAI techniques or workflows. Actually, I will focus with ChatGPT, and especially the ChatGPT Plus versus ChatGPT Team. So just to get a little bit of a feeling of what experience do you have with this, can you raise your hand if you have used ChatGPT Plus? Okay. And if you have used ChatGPT Team subscription? Okay, a few of you, great. So probably there will be some information new for most of you, but some information might not be as new for the ones that are already familiar with ChatGPT Team. In any case, I just want to start with a little bit of my background. I am a mathematician. I have been doing or engaged with AI for many, many years, but I also work with different fields. So actually my professional activity is a little bit of an intersection between innovation, teamwork, or setting up processes for innovative teamwork and incorporating into that product development or some other kind of practices. Actually, in the daily activities I do, I facilitate innovation dynamics for teams, many of them having different roles. And in that context, being able to amplify, or amplify, as I like to say, your capabilities or your competencies and those of your teammates can make a lot of a difference. And especially when you think about the competencies of teammates that are already familiar with those technologies, you might think this might not be necessary, this is superfluous, but in many cases, as I will show you, you might have activities that your team does not control or does not know about, and with these advanced capabilities, you can somehow extend their capabilities. You see there this mask. This is a very powerful mask. I actually brought it for you. You can try it later on. With this mask, you can acquire these superpowers to learn anything very fast, and you will see that immediately during the pizza and beers. I'm also a big fan of AI-related artifacts. Actually, I have a huge collection of records and books, and this is a vintage record from the late 90s about artificial intelligence. It actually kicked off the IDM with the intelligent dance music. So with the help of Carmen, during the coffee, we will also play some of these records for you there, so you can have a different night tonight. We are doing all we can to compete with Real Madrid, because we know tonight this is going to be very difficult to keep you here after the session. So for those of you who are familiar with ChatGPT or ChatGPT Plus, I mean, doing this kind of amplified self activities or co-creation with an AI is going to be very familiar. So actually, you could call this a little bit of that kind of human in the loop kind of a dynamic where somebody, a human being, starts creating or has some idea, will prompt or will create an input for a system. In this case, this GenAI system, I will say, let's think about ChatGPT itself. And with the interaction, you will create something new, something expanded, something amplified or generated. Usually, you would expect that that outcome will not be used like that. Somebody, a person, in this case, let's say the same person, will review, will somehow ensure that this is compliant, that there are no biases, as were mentioned before, and probably will iterate on this or will create some new perspectives. And at some point, this person might release the outcome of that, probably, and more people are disclosing when they use these kind of activities, but this has not been the case, as you probably know, for the last few months. But this is good. This is going to be even regulated. You should go open about what have you used to create this kind of outcomes. So, for example, using this custom GPT I created myself, or I trained myself using the ChatGPT Plus subscription. I have both, and I will explain now the differences. I could exemplify this case by using, let's say, by preparing for a meeting and having ideas or asking for ideas for a meeting agenda. And actually, this ChatGPT or this custom ChatGPT GPT is very well trained for a specific meeting-related and meeting optimization or meeting agility knowledge and concepts. So by the end of this iteration, I might have some kind of advanced meeting agenda, or maybe a very innovative. And actually playing with it, I have generated a lot of content. I always come open that these have been co-created with a generative AI system. But in any case, this would be something simple. If you think this could be already helpful, and you can create something new, starting with an original initial idea by yourself, think about what you could do if you could incorporate this interaction with other team members. So how many of you are working in a team right now? I don't mean in this room, in your daily work. Okay? Most of you, many of you. Okay? So imagine that not only you is creating this advanced outcome or co-creative or hybrid outcome, but you're doing that with a colleague. I will immediately jump to ChatGPT and show you this in the Plus and the Teams version. But first, let me just highlight some of these differences. So eventually, one of the most valuable, let's say, extra layer of abilities you have with the team subscription is that you have a higher message cap. That means you can interact for longer periods or with more contents. And actually, you can also generate custom GPTs, like the one I just showed you, but only share them within your team. And this for privacy purposes or for, let's say, somehow innovative or being sure that your data is not going out is very important. You have I would say in this case, it's a basic team or workspace management console. It's very basic, you will see it in a moment. And also you have this claim from OpenAI, which is that your team data or your team interactions are not used for training and not used for improving ChatGPT. This is also a major concern, especially if you go into company. I work with companies all the time, and one of the, let's say, sometimes fears or worries is what is going to happen with my data. I cannot introduce this widely in my team because anything that goes out could be a breach in confidentiality, etc. I had a disclaimer at the beginning, let me say it now because I just forgot it, that I don't work for OpenAI, by the way. So I'm not paid for OpenAI or for anybody for just sharing this idea. These are my ideas or my views, and they are not, let's say, in a way, I'm not trying to sell you licenses or anything. So this is just my professional experience using these things. So imagine you could somehow super empower your team. And not just myself using one of these custom GPTs. All of these are real that I have created and trained and used in different workshops. Imagine that it's not only you, but you also bring along some team members, maybe a PMO participant or a PMO coach, or maybe somebody who is an expert or who knows about change management. These are real GPTs, custom GPTs that have been trained with these roles in mind. In a way, what you're doing with all of this is creating an interaction that you can even expand further with other areas of competency that your team don't have. For example, in this case, maybe these people are not GDPR experts or regulation experts. So with this context in mind, I jump now to the ChatGPT in the two editions, let's say the Plus and the Teams. And let me just highlight from the beginning something you will see later, which is when you are in the Team subscription, you get this notification on the bottom. The same, very similar to the one in the Plus or in the normal subscription. You here get a notification which says that you are, in this case, SpaceMind is my company, workspaces are in use for training our models. So if I switch now to this screen, yeah, you can see it there. This is a team member, but right now this person is not yet in the team workspace. So I will have to invite this person. This person is actually a free user of ChatGPT. And now, as you can see, if this person would like to use GPT-4, it will be asked or prompt to upgrade to Plus, okay? But what I will do first, I will go to my, I will go to my, this is my, let's call it master account. In this case, I have simplified and hide any, let's say, private or whatever information. It's only my email, which is anyone who connects me through LinkedIn or my website will find it anyway. But there is no other personal information, so don't worry. If I go to Manage Workspace, here I could add, this is something that the normal GPT Plus don't have. This is only for the team. So you here have the ability to invite other members. So if I just click here, I will have the opportunity to invite. This is live, right? This is not a video. This is not. I'm just showing you how this works. And now I can add this person to the team. Which role do I want to have, or do I want her to have? Member, admin, owner, as me. I will just put a member, send the invite. Sometimes this works very fast like this. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time, so I'm not suffering yet the demo syndrome. If I update this page, I will probably already see this change. You see, it's already asking me. I only refresh the page, and this team member is being now prompted to join the personal account of her or this Space Mining Team workspace. And this is, to be honest, fantastic, because this is this fast, this immediate. It also has some downsides I will explain in a moment, but this is really powerful. So at this point, this person could already start using scenes that are shared within the team. And just to show you an example, if this person, by the way, she can also create custom GPTs herself and share it with the team as well. So it's in all directions. This is very powerful. So actually, just by coming here, she can see there is one GPT that is shared in the team workspace. And I did this on purpose for this demo, okay? Because I have more GPTs. I can put all of them there, or I can just restrict that this is only shared with one individual. Let's say with somebody who is working with me in a marketing campaign, or is working with me in a specific innovation project in the automotive industry or whatever. So this is, from that point of view, this is powerful. She can have a look, or she can just start chatting with this GPT. And from there, you could say this is similar to GPT Plus. So all of you that have that capability, except for the message cap. Now, there are some side effects, or I would call them maybe issues, open issues that so far have not been addressed, okay? At least there is a lot of discussion in the community, probably if you have seen, and the one that are using Team know about for sure. This person, despite being just a member, could go and invite other members. And these other members, this is tricky, by the way, these other members don't go through, as of today, I mean, by today, they don't go through a filter by the owner, who will be myself. So they will just be added to the account, and somehow this will be billed to you at the end of the month. Some of the complaints you have heard, or you maybe read online, are especially because of the, let's say, the cost consequences. But of course, you can see, and I am sensitive to data privacy, etc. You can also think that this could have other consequences from the data privacy consideration. So if she will have here, this is something that there is discussion. Actually, I could say domain.com, and she will be able to add this member. This doesn't make a lot of sense. This is a weakness that I think is going to be addressed pretty soon, probably, because this is a game stopper or a showstopper for many people. I know from teams I have worked with, especially executive teams, that they don't worry about this because they know there is so much trust in the team they're establishing this workflow that they don't worry about this. But in a more open environment, you might for sure be very careful about this. So this is a warning also if you are planning to do this. On the other side, you could also consider, and this is maybe just to, instead of going into specific chats, let me just quickly show you one more function. So you could also wake up, yes. So you could also get into some chat. So for example, I was preparing this chat before. I don't know where this 666 is coming from. Okay, now? Yeah. So this chat, I could try to share. And this function, I know it has been some time ago in the Plus, or even in the Open edition, but it's not really working the same way as before. Right now, you can share in the Teams edition, but you cannot continue the conversation. To be honest, this is also a little bit of a downfall, because if you want to collaborate, this could be a way you could integrate this conversation into a more advanced co-creation process. So imagine you're doing a brainstorm or working with some team members, also using GPTs to advance or to extend your creation, and you want other team or other team member to continue or to review. It's not that easy. You can share, of course. I can do this. Let's see if it goes fast. Yes, very fast. So I can now go here, and this person could have access to that chat. Okay, but look at this. On the top, you see my name, Bello, but the interaction with the chat, in this case this is actually, yes, this is the innovation coach. You can see here. This is one of the GPTs I show you. The interaction with the GPT are shown as anonymous. So again, if I am in a team context, yeah, maybe this is not free. This should be an option I could just click, because I do want the person to know this is coming from my team. This was a previous discussion or conversation. Can you add to this? Right now, this is not working like that. I could just copy something here. Let's say I get this government. If I can use this mouse, yeah, I could call this and say, I will. Now I am working with. This is the person that was originally a plain team member, just a team member, and now this person could copy here this text and ask for feedback. I just drop it too fast. Well, you get the idea. I mean, I don't need to write all of this because this is the normal chat GPT interaction. Okay. So in a way, I will actually stop this and go back to the presentation, just that I don't run out of time. So in a way, if you remember what we did before, right now what I'm trying to establish is a workflow where people are collaborating with one or more GPTs, and this is, as I said, some kind of augmented team. So actually, the second person could start or continue. Actually, right now, she cannot continue the same conversation. She will have to copy pieces and then elaborate on that. Probably this is a functionality that in the future needs to improve or needs to evolve. Otherwise, you cannot take all the benefits of this. And by the way, from a governance point of view, this could be a great avenue to incorporate somebody else who has, for example, quality assurance or some kind of governance or compliance roles. And this person, I didn't draw it here, but this person could also interact with a GPT that somehow do or create some validation checks, etc. So to be honest, from my point of view, this is very promising. Actually, it's relatively recent because it's about 2-3 months old right now, this kind of subscription. However, it's not very popular. That's why when we talk about it with Carmen, we thought maybe this is a good idea to just give some insights. Again, some of the things I think will evolve and probably will have to be improved is this challenge that anyone in the team can invite additional people without any check or control, no conversations or chat continuations, or further collaboration functionality, which will come in the future. I think this is a very positive aspect. I'm exploiting these aspects in team context in companies, and I encourage you to explore this if you want, because the fact that you can use it only within the team, it creates an extra layer of security and privacy. The same for your data, and the same about the control. And probably one thing I didn't show, which is that you can create multiple workspaces. I have actually created other workspaces with other teams, and this is a very valuable. So imagine what you're creating is just a small sets of enhanced teams or extended teams. Okay. So finally, but why is this, or why care about this? I think a lot of the things that are happening, and I can talk about this with a long-term perspective from my professional career, a lot of the things that are happening are about change management. We are changing habits, we are changing the way we interact with technology, we are changing the perception and the expectation around technology. So if we can introduce tools that in a very simple way create new ways to interact, it's much easier that me, as a practitioner with this, I could influence other colleagues that right now maybe are fearful of what this could lead to. But in this way, we are creating a different kind of conversation, a more positive, maybe constructive conversation around the use of AI. But of course, I know the perils and the dangers of not using well AIs or AI system. In any case, hopefully, the domino effect we can create with this will be one of positive, and perhaps we can definitely create change and positive change in team. I'll finish with this. There is an African proverb which says that if you want to go fast, just go alone. And probably you know the second part. If you want to go far or reach far, go together. And I hope that with these ideas, probably you will be invited to jump into some team, ChatGPT team settings and go together to new goals or horizons. Thank you very much. And you are invited later for some